"Don't you ever feel hungry or thirsty?" asked the cob. "Yes, I do," said the swan. "I am actually very thirsty right now." The swan decided she could safely leave the eggs for a few minutes. She pushed some loose feathers around the eggs to hide them and keep them warm. Then she stepped off the nest and entered the water to take several quick sips. She glided over to a shallow place, thrust her head under water, and pulled up tender greens from the bottom. Finally, she waddled out onto a grassy bank and stood there, preening her feathers. She felt good, but she had no idea that, at that moment, their enemy, the red fox, stood waiting behind a clump of bushes. The cob spied the fox first. "Look out!" he trumpeted. "I can see the fox creeping towards you. You are in grave danger." But just as the fox was about to spring on the swan, a stick came hurtling through the air, surprising everybody. It struck the fox on the nose as he yelped in pain while turning around to run away. The two birds could not imagine what had happened. Then they noticed a movement in the bushes. Out stepped Sam Beaver, the boy who had visited them a month ago. Seeing him, the swans now knew that he had saved them from the fox. They realized that the boy was their friend after all. "Coho! Coho!" said the cob. "Coho!" replied the swan. The pond rang with the sounds of victory and gladness. Sam was thrilled. He walked slowly around the shore and sat down on a log. The cob swam over toward Sam, climbed out of the pond, and stood close to the boy, looking at him in a friendly way and arching his neck gracefully. Once he ran his neck far out, cautiously, and almost touched the boy. Sam never moved a muscle. His heart thumped from excitement and joy. The swan paddled back to her nest and returned to her eggs. She felt lucky to be alive.